Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast for the Canadian Prairie. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Temperatures across the region continue to be warmest in the east, coolest off toward the west as we deal with a trough in the region. That's going to continue to be the theme here through the end of the week before we start to cool down across the entire prairie. Not a big chill, but definitely transitioning to a cooler pattern across much of the prairie as we head into next week. So we look at the precipitation forecast again, heaviest as we look across portions of southern Alberta into central Saskatchewan over the next several days. We will drop a corridor of precipitation here late week across portions of southeastern Saskatchewan into much of southern and central Manitoba, with a little bit of a drier wedge, drier but not totally dry here across southern Saskatchewan into the eastern portion of Saskatchewan. Big differences still remain as we get into week 2. The European model wants to transition us towards a drier pattern across the southern half of the prairie. Much of the prairie, really, but the American GFS, the Canadian ensembles, big disagreements here, and they keep it much more close to average, if not a little bit wetter than average, and I actually lean toward that. So I'm not going to really focus on the week 2 pattern, but let's just kind of expect things to continue to be active as we head into next week with chances for at least scattered showers and storms as we head into the week 2 time frame. Let's look at temperatures across the region here as we get started on Wednesday morning. Already in the teens across much of the prairie. Again, cooler as you head toward the west and then warmer as you head off towards the east. As we take a look at the satellite picture, you can see this big storm system wrapping up here across the south, across portions of the Pacific Northwest of the U.S. Really tight circulation right here. If I go back and just hit play on this again, you can see that circulation. That's the trough that's going to be kind of slowly lifting its way into the prairie, bringing that chance for showers and storms as we head through the next few days. We've already got several clusters of showers and storms. One such pretty apparent one, not a great circle there. There we go. We see the very bright cloud tops from those showers and storms across southwestern Saskatchewan this morning on the satellite picture, and we can see them here on the radar as we go ahead and pull it up. Some heavy precipitation across southern Alberta. Showers lifting from south to north across southwestern Saskatchewan, maybe getting some raindrops in Saskatoon later on today, and then watching for this area for thunderstorms to flare back up potentially late in the day. We could be talking about the chance for maybe a couple strong storms across the prairie, but definitely our first chance for maybe some widespread storms across southern portions of the prairie. We've got plenty of instability. We're looking at the forecast CAPE, convective available potential energy. It's a measure of kind of the warm, moist air mass across the region, and we do see the warm front lifting into at least southern Saskatchewan, and then we've got our front, kind of a dry line cold front extending down from the south from there, from our area of low pressure. And it's along and south of this that we'll have warm, humid air that's buoyant, ready to lift underneath a very strong jet stream. That's going to give us additional upper level support. So I'll take the drawings off here, and this would suggest that across maybe at least along and south of Highway 16, the chance for thunderstorms, and as you head further south, maybe the risk of a strong storm as we head into the late afternoon, maybe some hail, gusty winds. A tornado not out of the question, though it would be rather unlikely. As we head into the day Thursday afternoon, we've still got some instability coming up into portions of southwestern Saskatchewan, southeastern Saskatchewan, southwestern Manitoba, kind of a skinny corridor of CAPE, not real robust. But then we bring another wave in as we get into Friday, and that's going to bring another chance of some strong storms from southern Manitoba into southern Saskatchewan. So we look at the upper level support. Here it is, 500 millibars, very strong jet stream winds coming up and around this trough, kind of parked over the Pacific Northwest. We'll hit play on this. I'm going to go through it slowly, just kind of showing you as we get through each and every afternoon, kind of freezing it here Thursday evening. Remember, we've got an unstable air mass across this region, so a little short wave pushing into the region this afternoon and evening could flare up some thunderstorms. We'll look at the forecast radar here in a moment. As we get into Thursday afternoon, let's go ahead and get there. Remember, we've got some kind of skinny instability, kind of a weakly unstable air mass across this region. Could trigger some more showers and storms, maybe an isolated strong storm. And as we get into Friday, another wave kind of rotates around the backside here. And this one could produce more in the way of strong storms across southern Saskatchewan, getting into southern Manitoba, again with an unstable air mass in place here. Warm, humid air kind of funneling in ahead of that wave. So then below that, we've got a strong low-level jet. This is our winds at 850 millibars, so just a couple thousand feet above our heads as we head into this afternoon. Very strong winds coming in from the southeast. Underneath, strong winds coming across from southwest and northeast, so we get turning within the atmosphere. We've got instability. Again, all the ingredients there for some strong storms. Same thing on Thursday, and then especially on Friday. Friday is one that really kind kind of catches my attention for maybe some strong storms across southern Saskatchewan into southern Manitoba. So we'll check in with that one again as we get into Friday morning's forecast. So here's a look at the simulated radar then, kind of looking at where we expect those showers and storms to be most numerous, getting started here early in the day. Let's take it to Wednesday afternoon and evening. Seeing scattered showers and storms kind of developing along and south of this region. Maybe some of those showers and storms lifting off across north of Highway 16 as we head into the afternoon and the overnight. We see this first area of low pressure kind of continuing to spin as we head into the overnight. Widespread showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder across central and southern Alberta, getting into central Saskatchewan as this first wave lifts north of the region. Much of Thursday going to be dry across the region. We will have some weak instability across this region, portions of southeastern Saskatchewan into southern Manitoba, maybe an isolated storm Thursday afternoon, but really looking for much of the widespread rain to be north of the Prairie, except for in Alberta as we head into Thursday afternoon and evening. We'll then watch this next wave begin to ramp up as we head into Friday, and this is where I think we could see some strong storms developing across southern Saskatchewan, pushing into southern Manitoba, maybe late Friday night into early Saturday morning. And then Saturday, maybe continuing that chance, slowly moving from west to east across portions of southern Manitoba for some thunderstorms, maybe some strong storms embedded within that. So total precipitation between now and the end of the week. This takes us all the way through Saturday night. And again, we see a smattering of precipitation. I'll kind of try and highlight the corridors here. The heaviest precipitation kind of along and north of this line here. Much of Alberta looking at getting anywhere from 30 to 50 millimeters of precipitation. Parts of central Saskatchewan getting into the 30 to 50 millimeters of precipitation range there, and then same thing as we head into northern Manitoba. So we kind of look at this zone here, though, from southern Saskatchewan into southern Manitoba over the next 3 to 4 days, looking at more isolated precipitation. Not going to see so much in the way of widespread heavy soaking rain. This is going to be more corridors and scattered downpours and thunderstorms. So some folks going to get a downpour, some could end up with 20 to 40 millimeters of precipitation. Others could end up being completely missed across southern Saskatchewan and southern and central Manitoba as we talk about just the next several days. So at the upper levels, we'll talk about the evolution here as we head into the end of the week. Let's go ahead and look at the winds at 500 millibars, zoomed out a bit. Again, here's our first wave pushing into the Prairie right now, kicking off those showers and storms across the west. This one slowly kind of wraps around itself. We got another wave coming in around the south. This is the one that kind of gets this trough reestablished. These two kind of play with each other through the end of the week and make slow progress. That's why we slowly take those thunderstorm chances from west to east as we head through Thursday into Saturday. Finally, I think we start to quiet down through the weekend. We'll be a little bit cooler. That's where that cool air comes in on the backside. But we've already got another wave that's trying to blast in here as we get into the beginning of next week. This will be around Monday and Tuesday. This next trough, that could do exactly the same thing. Bring some warm, unstable air mass back into the Prairie, kicking off the chance for some showers and storms. And I honestly think this is going to continue to be the theme over the next week or two. Not being relentless, but I don't think we're going to shut it down here with any sort of big ridge or a big trough. So I don't think we plunge into a deep chill. I don't think we're looking at any kind of incredible long-lasting warm-up. I think we're going to see these periods of warmer air followed by maybe 2 to 3 days of cooler temperatures and rounds of showers and storms, at least in the 10 to 14 day time frame. So we'll look at the precipitation forecast again at a large scale from the European model. This will take us through the next several days. So we really kind of talked in depth about the chances for showers and storms Wednesday through Friday across the region. Again, the chance for maybe some strong storms as you head south, and then across this region, much of Alberta getting into central Saskatchewan, just looking for a lot of heavy precipitation over the next several days. So I'm actually going to leave those corridors on, just watch them kind of play out. As we head into Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, and now Wednesday night, again, there's our area of low pressure across the kind of the Alberta and Saskatchewan border there. Along and south of that area of low pressure, that's where we've got the warm front extending from that area of low pressure, the warm air coming in out in advance of that low, cooler air wrapping in on the backside. So that's why the orange oval there for the chance for storms. That's where the warm, humid, unstable air mass will be. Take it into Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, same story. Our area of low pressure is maybe lifted a little bit further to the north, so much of the heavy precipitation now kind of being focused on this region, while the orange oval gets a bit of a break until we get into Friday. Our next wave starts to come up from the south. Now we've got a new area of low pressure now across the Saskatchewan and Alberta border. Friday afternoon, unstable air mass off to the south of that. We bring in that chance for showers and storms, some strong storms possible in our orange oval. Let's go ahead and take it into Saturday now. That area of low pressure slowly lifting off to the north. We've got a cold front extending to the south of that. Showers and storms going to be possible, continuing through the day on Saturday into Saturday afternoon and evening. We've got another area of low pressure now lifting up from the north across the Manitoba and North Dakota border as we get into Sunday. Let's go ahead and bring it on back. I keep clicking in the wrong location. So Sunday, there we go, that next low coming up out of North Dakota. So now we're kind of resetting the same thing. The most unstable air mass is going to be along and south of that area of low pressure. So as it makes its way up Sunday, and we'll talk about this more on Friday, where the exact placement of that low is going to be. Maybe another chance on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening for some strong storms, maybe in the Winnipeg area, as it looks now, 4 or 5 days in advance. So we'll take those two ovals off. It's not going to let me take the ovals off, so we'll ignore the ovals. As we head into Monday, looking at that dry spell, this is when I said it'll be a little bit cooler, but maybe dry across the prairie for a couple of days. But then big question marks right now. The European already bringing in a storm system here Tuesday and Wednesday. This will be another one that could bring showers and storms to the region and a wave of cool air on the backside. I didn't want to go that far, but I am showing you here as we get into Thursday and Friday. The European model wants to bring a chance for some snow into central and southern Manitoba with a lot of cold air coming in on the backside of this potential late week wave. But this is 9-10 days out into the future. The GFS has a different story. The Canadian Ensemble has a different story, all of which keep it relatively active into the week 2 time frame. But big differences on where the coldest air is going to be, how intense these storm systems are. So let's go ahead and just save that one, put in our back pocket for next week's discussions. Total precipitation over the coming week then, you see the 2 corridors. This is our first wave, kind of the Wednesday, Thursday corridor of heavy precipitation from central and southern Manitoba into central and northern Saskatchewan. As we head through the next several days, this is our area where we could see some thunderstorms and scattered precipitation. And then this one is our Saturday and Sunday wave, our next corridor of potentially organized precipitation, showers and storms. That's on Saturday and Sunday. So those are the 2 kind of regions here. Let's go ahead Wednesday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then this is kind of our just daily chances for scattered precipitation as we head through Wednesday into Saturday. Taking a final look at temperatures then, again, a bit cooler in the east. Calgary, your highs between 10 to 15 degrees until we get to the weekend. That's when we see a bit of a warm-up. Similar look here in Edmonton as we pivot over to Regina, still enjoying some warm weather, keeping that warm, unstable air mass. That's why the chance of thunderstorms the next few days. High temperatures well above 25 degrees until we get to the weekend. Saskatoon holding on to those warmer temperatures as well, dipping down briefly on Saturday on the backside of our storm system there. And then Winnipeg off toward the east, again, keeping things mild, so paying off. Dealing with that cold weather over the April and early May, we're starting to benefit now, getting some of that warmer air mass as we head through the end of May here. So have a great day. We'll talk to you again on Friday morning, trying to break down the details of the week 2 time frame.